Hi everyone, it's Jeff from the Systems Lab. It's been a while, so I thought it'd be a good time to check in on swing positions. It's going to be a while still. Let's put it that way. We are pretty far underneath the 200 moving average. You can see in the red here. So here's the 200 for GBTC. This is the daily chart, of course, and here's the 200 on our ETHE. So yeah, we are well sort of underneath this, and it's going to take a while before the ship gets righted and we see any new signals coming in here. A couple interesting things just to point out. Where are we in the bigger cycle? And I'm just going to make this GBTC chart big for a minute. One of the things that stood out to me, and I know this is going to look like hindsight, but I was doing this in real time as well. This is almost like a bit of a bear flag from technical analysis days. We've got this little channel here. So move down, get stuck in a consolidation, pulling back a little bit of a bear flag, and then broke broke through here. That was on the 29th of January, and then had this pretty quick and swift sell-off here. Now, oftentimes we'll get something like a measured move off of the bear flag. So, we would be like, where would the bear flag move complete? Like how far could it go down? And really, the easy way to do this is there's this trend-based fib extension. Um, in fact, let's just do it the easier way. Let's just grab a trend line, and I'm going to pull a trend line down like this. So this is kind of like that first leg. And then if I just grab that same line and pull it from the sort of the top end of this channel, and then just figure out where the trend line completes here, then I would have thought it would be like more like 41. Now, if we wanted to look at like say the same thing on actual Bitcoin, if I just like zoom this out a little bit, this is gonna look the same. So here we could draw in our same sort of channel, and you can see how we kind of got hung up on the bottom of this channel, broke, retested, and then broke again. So classic sort of TA based analysis here. And then if we did one more from, say, the top here down to that low, so that's like the initial move down. And what I'm doing, by the way, is holding this command on a Mac. I think it might be control on Windows. And if you just hold that as you click, it makes another copy of that same trend line. So, I would have thought that that would end up back down at like 52.50. You could easily see that running to 50, right? Just from a round number point. So I would have thought like around here, if this trend continues and we're in this bear market for a bit longer, I would not be surprised. Even here, when we look on the Bitcoin chart and we get the weekend data in, you can see we're stalling out here. And if we were to break through like yesterday's low, that would be Monday the 9th, then, I could see that sort of like starting to continue lower from here. But we shall see. If we just look at the ETHE side of things, it's pretty much the same story, except with it hanging out here on the 200 for a while. So that channel, that same sort of, technical analysis idea on ETHE would be something like this. The only difference is it's more almost of a triangle squeeze in, sort of what I was seeing here. And that could be either from here or just from here. That probably works better. And then we got that break, and we can adjust that to make it look even better. But it's the same sort of idea: a push down, a squeeze, a consolidation, and then we drop down lower. The measured move would be the same idea. So maybe there's some more downside to go on this, but who knows? We'll see. What matters for us in PRX world is that we're not going to get any swing entries here for a while. So we could think about reallocating that capital, possibly to intraday, possibly just get the automation set up. We have seen some pretty nice automated intraday trades that are catching longs on these moves back up, because some of these are actually, I think it was this day here, we got a really nice move up in, what was that? That was Ether, I think. That was probably this day. So yeah, we've been seeing some nice moves up on the intraday stuff. So in the meantime, that's what we'll be keeping an eye on. All right, hope that helps, guys. Catch you later.